Hello, Gemini, Gemini rising, and Gemini moon. This is your reading for the week leading up to the full moon and the full moon in Pisces at 26 degrees Pisces at 9:32 p.m. Pacific time on Friday the 13th. This is the harvest moon. East Coasters, it'll be 12:32 a.m. on the 14th. So we've got some interesting aspects for this moon, for the full moon on the 13th. It's going to be moon conjunct Neptune, moon opposition Mars, and moon square Jupiter. So this is a really dreamy, emotional new moon at full moon. It's a little tricky with maintaining healthy boundaries. Our imaginations are running wild with that Pisces and Neptune energy. We can be a little extra sensitive and things can be a little cloudy. We don't have a ton of clarity. So there's a lot of fantasy going on and a lot of feelings. We're definitely feeling all the feelings. We just don't necessarily have a ton of clarity yet. I think the full moon will help with that. That will illuminate things. So we've also got moon opposite Mars. That can lead us to being extra sensitive. We can fly off the handle pretty easily with that aspect. And there is a kind of fighty energy to it. So, and we have difficulty expressing our emotions and especially our anger. So with that reactionary energy, I would just say take a breath, think before you react, and check in on your emotions. You know, is this really, am I really feeling this way about this situation, or is it something else and I'm just reacting in this moment? So, and don't take the bait for any little arguments. No need to argue. Moon square Jupiter is kind of interesting because our emotional self is facing off with how we're growing and expanding. So that's really interesting energy. I think we can really get some clarity on how we're feeling about where we are on our path and what we need, how we need to emotionally grow so that we can expand in other ways. So I think that's an interesting energy. This is a really, really interesting moon. It's very magical. It's very dreamy. And then there's also this sort of Mars throwing in some volatile energy in there too. So interesting times, Gemini. All right. Message for the week leading up to the full moon. What are we releasing with this full moon, and what is being illuminated? What is your full moon message for Gemini, Gemini rising, and Gemini moon? Ooh. Interesting. All right, Gemini. Interesting spread here. For your message leading for the week ahead leading up to the full moon, we've got the Two of Cups. So emotional balance, emotional harmony, joyful nostalgia. This is a nice, watery, fun card. And it can also, it's definitely like a new romance. Or if you are already in a romance, it's going up to the next level. It's going deeper. So definitely possibility for some romance, Gemini. Go ahead. And we have the Emperor. So I think we're on top of our game this week, Gemini. We are taking charge and we're in a really lovely, wistful, nostalgic, dreamy, emotionally harmonious place this week. I like it. What are we releasing? I felt a little heavy with this one, and maybe it's partly my own Gemini rising, but we got the Eight of Cups, so we are leaving something behind with this moon. We are walking away from something that is difficult to walk away from with that Eight of Cups. But there's a hopefulness with that Eight of Cups, and there is the transformative energy of the eights. This walking away might be heavy emotionally, it might be difficult emotionally, it might be a little sad, but it opens up a lot of doorways for transformation, especially emotional transformation. So it's not all bad. We are also releasing Seven of Pentacles reversed. So releasing this feeling like we don't have a lot of choices, especially when it comes to work, career stuff, health stuff, feeling like we don't have anywhere to go. We don't have any options. So we're releasing that. Seven of Coins right side up. We've got a lot of choices. In fact, we have so many choices, we're not sure which direction to go, and we might even put off making a decision. With it reversed, it's almost like we feel blocked. We feel kind of like there isn't, it's almost like having blinders on. So we're releasing the blinders to see that we actually do have a lot of options. And what is being illuminated, our full moon message. I've got a really celebratory vibe with the Four of Wands, coming into spiritual and creative balance and joining together and celebrating. I also always feel like the fours are about coming back into balance. So that spiritual balance where you feel that joy and that spark again. King of Pentacles. So if this is a person, this is probably an earth sign or someone that has a lot of earth in their chart. Someone who is really on top of everything in their career, in their finances, with their health, and who takes charge but is also generous and is balanced. So, and if this isn't a person coming in, this is the energy that's coming in for you with this full moon. This is what you're stepping into. I love all of that for you, Geminis, and for myself as a Gemini rising. I will talk to you soon. Love you, Geminis.